The couple was at the orphanage to adopt a child, when a little boy squatting in the corner suddenly stopped them. He wasn't asking them to adopt him. He held up a tiny four-wheel drive car he'd just built, and seriously asked the man to work with him. The boy knew. The man was the director of a car factory, and the little car he modified himself was over 10 times faster than normal ones. The man crouched down and asked, "Why do you want to do business with me?" The boy looked up and said, "My dad's in the hospital. I need money." The man immediately told his wife to take out 20,000 yuan to buy his idea, but also hoped he'd keep improving the car's stability. The boy patted his chest and promised he'd build the fastest race car in the world someday. When they parted, the man gave him his umbrella. Later, the man's cousin got injured at work and became disabled, unable to take care of himself, so he begged the man to adopt his 2 kids. The man and his wife agreed without a second thought. 15 years later, the little boy never gave up his dream, and finally made a name for himself in the automotive world. With his achievements in hand, he was ready to visit the man who once helped him. But now the entrance of the man's company was packed with angry employees demanding their pay. The company's cash flow had collapsed, and wages had been delayed for 3 months. The secretary told him that safety issues with the cars had caused sales to crash. The man was stunned. Safety had always been their top priority. How could such a fatal mistake happen? The secretary cautiously added, "The design review this time was handled by your most trusted son. Could something have gone wrong?" The man firmly denied it. He remembered how he'd once shielded those kids, getting hit by a car and left with injuries for years, and how he had always treated them like his own. But what he didn't know was, 15 years ago, when his cousin sent the kids over, it was a setup from the very beginning. The cousin had secretly told his children, "As long as you become his kids, you'll live in luxury forever." Now that the company was in trouble, the 2 kids dropped the act and came clean. "If you hand the company over to us, we can fix everything." The man never imagined the children he raised with all his heart would repay him like this. They had intentionally created flaws in the products, and even stirred up the wage protests, all to take over the company. The man had no choice but to tell the employees he'd find a way to pay their wages. The employees had lost patience. They had families to feed. The man promised again and again that he'd solve the problem. Remembering how he'd helped them over the years, the employees agreed to trust him one last time. The man immediately told the secretary to sell his house and car. Right then, he got a call from the hospital. His wife had collapsed. The diagnosis was a brain tumor, and she needed surgery right away. He told his wife, "The company's in trouble, wages are delayed, but I want to get your surgery done first." His wife took out all the money she'd saved from selling her jewelry and bags. The man refused with a heavy heart. "That's for saving your life." She said marrying such an honest man was her blessing, and she was willing to hold the umbrella for him this time. Even after selling the house and car, plus her 1 million, they were still 4 million short. With no options left, the man decided to borrow from his cousin. He'd lent his cousin plenty of money over the years for stocks, thinking they were like brothers. But when he saw his cousin standing there perfectly healthy, next to a luxury car, he finally woke up. The cousin had been pretending all these years. To pay his employees, the man humbly begged him for money. The cousin agreed easily, but said